Hello, people. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Roberto Peña, and this is a series of tutorials for people who want to get a better score in the TOEFL test. If you've been here before, welcome back. Remember, if you find this content useful, give it a thumbs up. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. Consider subscribing to make the YouTube channel bigger and share it with somebody who might benefit from this series of free tutorials for the TOEFL test. Okay, right now we're working with structure and written expression, and we're working with the inversion of the subject and the verb. So right now, skill 17, invert the subject and the verb with negatives. The subject and verb can also be inverted. I mean, we're working with other occurrences in which we invert the subject and the verb, like with question words. But now we're going to work with negatives. The subject and verb can also be inverted after certain negatives and related expressions. When negative expressions such as no, not, never come at the beginning of the sentence, the subject and the verb are inverted. In the first example, we have not once did I miss a question. The negative expression not once causes the subject I to come after the helping verb, the auxiliary verb did. Never has Mr. Jones taken a vacation. In the second example, the negative word never causes the subject Mr. Jones to come after the helping verb has. At no time can the woman talk on the phone. In the last example, the negative expression at no time causes the subject woman to come after the helping verb can. So not once did I miss the question. Never has Mr. Jones taken a vacation. At no time can the woman talk on the phone. Certain words in English, such as hardly, barely, scarcely, or only, act like negatives. If one of these words comes at the beginning of the sentence, the subject and the verb are also inverted. They're not really negative, but they're almost negative. So we're going to treat it the same way. We're going to apply the same words. Hardly ever does he take time off. It means that he almost never takes time off. Only once did the manager issue overtime paychecks. That means that the manager almost never issued overtime paychecks. In the first example, the almost negative expression hardly ever causes the subject he to come after the helping verb does, the auxiliary verb does. In the second example, the almost negative expression only once causes the subject manager to come after the helping verb did, the auxiliary verb did. Okay, these are expressions that you're gonna find them in literature, or in drama, but it is not something that we usually work with in everyday conversations. But then again, you're working with the TOEFL test, so they're going to check this, check if you know this. So take it with a grain of salt and just look at the explanation, look at the practice, and hope for the best. Okay. When a negative expression appears in front of the subject and verb in the middle of a sentence, the subject and the verb are also inverted. This happens often with the negative words neither and nor, which is what we call a pair conjunction. We will see that in another skill, in another video. I do not want to go, and neither does Tom. Neither is a negative word in itself, so we have neither, the auxiliary does, and then Tom. The secretary is not attending the meeting, nor is her boss. In the first example, the negative neither causes the subject Tom to come after the helping verb does, the auxiliary verb does. I do not want to go, and neither does Tom. In the second example, the negative nor, which is similar to neither, causes the subject boss to come after the verb is. Secretary is not attending the meeting, nor is her boss. Here we have an example of how this sentence pattern could be tested in the structure section of the TOEFL test. There's only in extremely dangerous situations, only in, right? So only once, only in extremely dangerous situations. In this example, you should notice that the sentence begins with the negative only, so that inverted subject and verb are needed. Answer D contains a correctly inverted subject and verb. So with the helping verb will, the subject print presses and the main verb be. So answer D is the best answer. Only in extreme dangerous situation will the printing presses be, will the printing presses be stopped. Okay. Here's the chart. The list of negative expressions the sentence pattern used with them. No, not, never, neither, nor, barely, hardly, only, rarely, scarcely, seldom. When a negative expression appears in front of the subject and verb at the beginning of the sentence or the middle of the sentence, the subject and the verb are inverted. rarely were they so happy. Right, we can see that also with all types of verb, you know. If I say rarely do I sleep, right? I mean, we usually say I rarely sleep. That is the most common one. But in a more dramatic way or a more formal way, we can do this. But remember, I need to use the auxiliary. The auxiliary. That is, they say, rarely do I sleep. I rarely sleep. If I change this to he rarely sleeps, then it will be like rarely does he sleep. So that's how it works. So I hope this helps you with your classes. Now let's move on to the practice. Exercise 17, each of the following sentences contains a negative or alternative expression. We're going to circle that, circle the negative expression. Look at the clause that follow and underline the subjects once and the verbs twice, and then indicate the sentence is correct or incorrect. Number one is never, right? That's a negative expression. Never the boy wrote to his sister. That's incorrect. We should use an auxiliary here. So it should be never did the boy write, right, to his sisters. Now we use auxiliary and the main verb will be in the base form. On no occasion, that expression, did they say that to me, right? This is correct. Okay, now it's time for you to do the rest of the exercise. You know, pause the video, do the exercise, and when you finish, come back and check your answers. You know, pause now, and they'll be here when you come back. Okay, now that you're back, let's see what we did. So Steve did not win the prize, nor did he expect to do so. So this is correct. Only once in my life gone I to New York City. This will be incorrect. Should be have I gone? Only once in my life have I. You phrase auxiliary, then the subject, then the main verb. Did he go out of the house at no time? No time. Right. This is a problem because you know it's like at no time did he go out of the house, or you know he went out of the house at no time. He went out of the house at no time. Only when the negative expression is at the beginning do we change it. For example, seldom. Oh, okay. This is a problem here too. Seldom has their secretary made such mistakes. No sooner had she hung up the phone than it rang again. That's correct. Sheila did not arrive late for work, nor she left early. So if we look at that, it should be something like, nor did she leave early, you know, so it should be, did she leave? Barely had he finished the exam when the graduate assistant collected papers. So yes, it's fine. The police did not arrive in time to save the girl, and neither did the paramedics. So this is fine. This is correct. All right, guys, so this is how we work with the inversion with negative or almost negative expressions. Inversion of the subject and the verb. I hope this helps you. And if this helps you, let's say you find it useful, give it a thumbs up. You know, that really help us. Consider subscribing to the channel and share with somebody who may benefit from this information. Remember, this is free tutorials for anybody who's interested in studying on their own or review something that they may have missed in their courses. So thank you very much and see you online.